Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support them. The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Fridays, full June 12th. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Thursday, and we have a whole lot of drama to unpack today. Grab your coffee, because things are getting really wild in Genoa City right now, and I am honestly just trying to keep up. So let's just jump right into it, because Victor Newman is out here making moves again. And honestly, are we even surprised at this point? The mustache never, ever sleeps. The spoilers for this Thursday, June 11 episode are telling us that Victor is going to shock everyone with a massive business decision. A really big one. And it looks like it is going to have some huge consequences for the future of Chancellor Industries and Kane Ashby. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger pattern here, because you guys know how Victor operates. A few episodes ago, Victor handed over the Chancellor conglomerate to Lily Winters. It was a deal they made. A promise is a promise, right? But the thing is that Lily was backed into a massive corner. Remember when Malcolm Winters was literally dying and needed a bone marrow transplant? Kane was the only match. And what did Kane do? He used his own bone marrow to blackmail Lily into giving him control of Chancellor Winters. It was so gross. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on Kane. Maybe he really just wants to secure his family's future. No, wait. Actually, I am not being too harsh. Blackmailing your ex-wife with a dying man's life is just villain behavior. Period. So now Kane is running the show at Chancellor. And Victor hates Kane. He really, really does. Victor has been having Matt Clark spy on Kane. Yes, Matt Clark. The guy who caused all that trauma for Sharon and Nick. Victor literally moved Matt onto the Newman Ranch just to gather dirt on Kane to take him down. What were the writers thinking with this? Having Matt live on the same property as Sharon is just psychological torture. It is so messed up. But Victor doesn't care about anyone's mental health when he has a business target. So this shocking business decision Victor is making today, I am betting everything I have that he found out Kane is secretly running Chancellor, and Victor wants it back. He is not going to let Kane sit in that CEO chair. Victor is going to pull the rug right out from under him, and it is going to be explosive. Who actually believes this is going to end well for Kane? Nobody. And speaking of the Newmans dealing with absolute chaos, we have to talk about Nick Newman. Poor Nick. He is really struggling right now. The spoilers say Nick is battling hard to keep himself sober as the pressure just keeps mounting and threatening his recovery. And honestly, my heart just breaks for him. If you guys have been following this storyline for a while, you know exactly what Nick went through in Las Vegas. It wasn't just a little slip-up. Matt Clark literally lured him out there and poisoned him. Matt purposely tainted the drugs so Nick would spiral. Nick was on fentanyl and cocaine, and he crashed his car into a cliff trying to save Sharon and Noah. He almost died. He had brain damage scares and everything. It was terrifying. But now, Nick is back in Genoa City, and he is trying to pick up the pieces. He is trying to stay clean. But the addiction is a monster. It really is. The cravings don't just go away because you survived a car crash. And Nick is under so much pressure right now. His family is a mess. His company is a mess. And the guy who did this to him is currently living on his dad's ranch claiming to have amnesia. Like, how is Nick supposed to stay calm and sober when Matt Clark is just walking around eating Victor's food? I would lose my mind. I really would. But there is a silver lining here, and it is Nikki Newman. Nikki is stepping up in a huge way. The spoilers say Nikki is becoming Nick's strongest rock right now. She is leaning on her own past experiences to guide her son through this dark time. And I actually love this. I know I complain about the writers a lot, but this is good writing. Nikki knows addiction. She has battled alcoholism for decades. She knows what it feels like to have that demon on your back when the whole world is watching you and waiting for you to fail. Nikki has been having her own health issues lately with her MS and those terrible headaches she has been hiding, but she is putting all of that aside for Nick. It is just so emotional to see Nikki sitting with Nick and talking him down from the ledge. She knows the signs of a relapse. She knows the lies an addict tells themselves. But the fans on social media are terrified. Everyone is asking if Nick is going to relapse. What if the pressure is just too much? What if he sees Matt Clark and just snaps? I don't want to see Nick go back down that dark hole. We have already seen him hit rock bottom in that dirty Vegas storage room. Please, writers, let him stay sober. Let Nikki's love be enough to keep him on track. But this is a soap opera, so let's be real. The temptation is going to be there, and it is going to be hard to watch. So moving on from the Newman family drama, let's talk about Nate Hastings and Dr. Stephanie Simmons, because this is getting really interesting. The spoilers for Thursday say that Stephanie is going to confide a secret to Nate. And this secret might just deepen their growing connection and reveal more about her past. Okay, so let's unpack this. Nate and Stephanie have been spending a lot of time together lately. Stephanie just came back to town and she already dropped a massive bomb on Malcolm about hiding their son Holden for years. So we know Stephanie is completely capable of keeping huge, life-altering secrets. But what is this new secret she is telling Nate? A few episodes ago, on Wednesday, Nate ran into Audra Charles, and they had a really deep conversation about Nate's hand injury. You guys remember that, right? When Nate's hand was crushed and his career as a top-tier surgeon was just over in a second, it completely destroyed him. It pushed him into the corporate world, where he honestly became kind of a jerk for a while. He lost his way. But talking to Audra seemed to spark something in him. The spoilers are hinting that Nate is actually considering a career change. He is thinking about medicine again. He is asking those big questions about second chances and what his future looks like. So how does Stephanie fit into this? Well, Stephanie is a doctor. She was best friends with Nate's mom, Olivia Winters. So there is a deep history there, even if they didn't know each other well back then. If Nate is thinking about going back into medicine, maybe he is going to bounce some ideas off Stephanie. And maybe her big secret isn't about Holden this time. Maybe it is about a career failure. Maybe Stephanie made a huge medical mistake in her past and she lost her confidence, just like Nate lost his hand. I mean, think about it. If Stephanie tells Nate that she messed up a surgery or got fired from a hospital years ago, it would make her so much more human to him. Nate feels broken because of his physical injury. If Stephanie reveals she is broken because of a professional failure, they could really bond over that. They could help heal each other. I am actually kind of shipping them now. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Nate needs someone who understands the medical world and the pressure of holding someone's life in your hands. Audra is great, but Audra is a corporate shark. Stephanie is a healer. But then again, maybe the secret is just more family drama. Maybe it has to do with Malcolm or Olivia. Sometimes I try to predict these storylines, and the writers just go in a completely different direction that makes no sense. But I really hope it is about their careers. I want to see Dr. Nate Hastings back in a lab coat. The corporate world is too toxic for him. Let Victor and Kane fight over Chancellor Industries. Nate belongs in a hospital saving lives. So that is where we are at for Thursday. Victor is probably going to blow up Kane's entire life. Nick is fighting for his life against his own brain, with Nikki holding his hand. And Nate and Stephanie are sharing secrets and maybe falling in love while talking about medical malpractice. It is a lot. It is exhausting to even talk about. But I will be right here, watching it with you guys. Let me know what you think Victor's decision is in the comments. I need to go lie down and process all this.